Thanks for your support as a channel member, Jeremy Kasoka! Successfully upgrading your car so its speed improves in Formula One is critical to your success. Using the wind tunnel and the CFD hours available to the teams also helps in achieving that. But what if we banned all of that? No wind tunnel, no CFD. How quickly can we take a team from the bottom to the top in F1 Manager? Hello folks, and welcome to a brand new series here on the channel. Very exciting stuff today because we're going to start a journey where we take one of F1's lower teams all the way to the top without using the wind tunnel or CFD hours available to us in F1 Manager 2024. There are 4 teams that we can choose from: Williams, VCARB, Sauber and Alpine. I've decided not to use Haas because we used them on F1 Manager 23 and we won the World Championship with Pierre Gasly. We might get another chance to use the Frenchman today if we land on Alpine, but let's go to our trusty wheel spinner and see where we're going to end up. So here are all the teams. They're on there 3 times, I think. 1, 2, 3 instances of Sauber. Yes, so all good. Let's give them a quick shuffle. One more for luck, and let's spin the wheel. Where is our journey going to start? Of course, we could end up changing teams. We will be with Williams. So we're going to start at the Grove-based team and try and return them to glory with no CFD, no wind tunnels. So we can still upgrade the car, but we just can't use the hours that are available to us within the game. So let's load up a save and get some upgrades on the car, I suppose. Alrighty, here we are. We are ready to go with Williams. We are on our first day, the 18th of February, and you can see we actually have a problem. We only have one driver, so I've used the editor to remove Logan Sargent. I've also removed Daniel Ricciardo and put Liam Lawson in the VCARB, and we need to sign a replacement for Logan Sargent. So let's go to drivers. Let's see if we can find someone to sign. Ideally, I would like Antonelli, but he can't race in F1 yet. So we will need to see if we can find someone who is willing to join us. Carlos Sainz is open to negotiation, but not with an $11 million buyout fee. We only have $5 million in the bank, so that's not helpful. So we're looking at potentially a Théo Pourchaire or someone of that ilk, maybe a Jack Crawford or a Victor Martins could be quite good. Oliver Behrman I think would be quite fun. I've not used him in this game yet, so maybe we try Ollie Behrman. Oh, if you give him 3 million, he laps it up. Let's go a little bit cheaper. Ooh. 2 million a year, and we'll do that. If you get a point, Ollie, I'm going to pay you $50,000. There we go. And you can have 25 grand, 30 grand even. I'm feeling generous to sign with us. So we're going to see if we can pinch Ollie Behrman from Formula 2 and from Ferrari, don't forget. He has accepted it with a couple of things that he wasn't happy about. He wanted a bit more signing bonus, but that's our budget for you. $2 million for the year. Welcome, Oliver Behrman, to Williams. Lovely job. The bear is here and he's ready to rock and roll. So what can we do when it comes to developing the car? Well, we can design parts. So I can design an underfloor, but I can't use any of this. This is banned. It's not allowed. It's excluded. Don't touch it. Do not touch that stuff, because otherwise you will be so dead it's unbelievable. If you know that reference, it's a Night at the Museum reference. So we can touch those things here, the parameters. We can move them as much as we want, but this is what we have. What we have to do is improve certain facilities so that we can generate more boosts for this. So we won't get as big a buff for the car when we do this. So airflow sensitivity, I think we need to do up. Or does that... No, we want all the cornering ability. There we go. So we'll go with that. Should I leave it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go rushed on that. We won't have it in time for Bahrain, but we could have it... well, we'd have it for potentially Australia. So yeah, let's go rushed on that. Let's do some more bits and pieces. Let's go with a new chassis. We can't touch the CFD hours. Don't touch those. So we're going to go drag reduction, airflow middle, and I want a strong DRS. Does that give us... It does give us a lot of DRS effectiveness. But I want the top speed. I don't want to be a boat in a straight line. Okay, so new chassis on the way as well. We'll go rushed, design. Let's go with some wings. We want some high-speed performance actually as well. So let's max that out too. Oh, we've run out of money. We can't do that. We've run out of money. How much do we have? 1.4 mil. Okay, well, we'll have to come back to those later on. So I'm going to crack on with preparing for Bahrain. I'll join you for Q1, and I'm expecting that we will be knocked out in Q1. We are 15th overall for car performance, and in Bahrain we are 15th. We probably will have one car through to Q2. If we're fortunate, we'll get 2. If we're really unfortunate, we'll be both out in Q1. Here we go then. Welcome to the 2024 season with Williams. We are ready to go for qualifying. Let's send Oliver Bearman on his way. Mechanics remove the tyre blankets from that new set of soft tyres, and here comes the young British driver. Here's Albano. He's probably going to be our leading light for much of this season. 83 rated, a pretty steady set of pair of hands, and the responsibility of scoring points will probably rest more on his shoulders. So let's see how these first flying laps unfold. Leclerc is going to get right in Bearman's way. That's not helpful. 28.7 for Bearman, and Albon delivers a 27.4. So we lost 1.3 seconds behind the Ferrari. Fred Vasseur did send me an email about poaching Oliver Bearman from them, and he wasn't too happy about it. So maybe it was a little bit of skullduggery from Ferrari to just mess with us a little bit and compromise our lap. So how is Albon getting on? He is way down on Oscar Piastri's time, who is purple in both sectors so far. Albon across the line, he'll beat his teammate by almost 2 seconds. Let's just remember that most of that was from Charles Leclerc getting in the way. Piastri's going to smash us by 1.3 seconds. Oof, that's not good. Leclerc goes half a second quicker in the Ferrari. So let's get our drivers a new set of boots and get them prepared for the final runs. Sainz now makes it a Ferrari 1-2 in the first part of qualifying. Verstappen to the top of the times as well. Bearman will probably end up at the bottom. We've got a car off. What has happened here? We've had a crash in qualifying. Ocon is following one of the Aston Martins. That is the most stupid crash you've ever seen. And it's happened in qualifying as well. And they're still absolutely nose to tail. Who is it? Is it Stroll? It's Lance Stroll. Unbelievable. Comical scenes here in qualifying. 7.5 minutes to go. Let's get our final lap on the board. Our final laps are about to get underway. And here come our boys, Bearman and Albon, but they're fighting each other. Stop it. No, don't fight your teammate, Ollie. Just follow in his wheel tracks. Hopefully that means we can get some personal best times. Albon and Bearman both with personal best, so 27.3 in the first sector. But Gasly, who is in between our drivers, has actually beaten us in sector 1. Hopefully that's about to change in sector 2. Bearman's going to get an enormous slipstream down this back straight, and it's up to Albon to not mess this up and compromise both our cars' sessions. Magnussen is only a 10th quicker than Albon. That's all he needs to find to get out of Q1. Personal best for both drivers. They've both done 27.3 and 40.8. Albon is through. Bearman is through. We're both through to Q2. Come on. Williams under my stewardship, getting off to a flying start into Q2 with both cars. Fantastic stuff. Here we go then with our one and only proper flying lap in Q2. We did a run on used tyres to start with, and it had us 12th and 13th, but everyone else is obviously setting new lap times on fresh rubber. How are we stacking up? Well, Albon's not done a personal best, but Behrman has done a 27.2. That's pretty good from him. What can Albon muster through the middle sector? It needs to be an improvement, otherwise he's starting 15th. Looks like Albon might be about to be out-qualified by his new teammate. That's concerning. I said earlier, Albon would probably be our leading light. Here he comes then. Can he improve in the final sector? No, he can't. Behrman goes 13th. Wow! Oliver Behrman with a spectacular entrance to Formula One, just like he did in real life in Saudi Arabia. But this time it's come a race earlier in a Williams, and he's out-qualified Alex Albon. Two quite different strategies for our drivers today. We've got the goated Bahrain medium soft under fuel maximum light tyres strategy for Alex Albon, which we've seen in play before. And for Ollie Behrman, I'm going to use the one the computer suggested. So aggressive on the mediums to start with, normal on another set of mediums, then soft tyres, going light on them to the end. I've underfueled Behrman as well, as much as we can, so it just improves our pace. So let's get these cars on track. Let's start the season, see if we can pick up some points. It is Max Verstappen on pole. There's a Ferrari alongside him. It looks like it's probably Charles Leclerc. We've got 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix. The lights are out. The race is on. How are our boys getting away? Looking like a decent start. Lawson slightly sluggish away. Albon looks like he's moving up into 14th position. Behrman is having a look at the back of an Aston Martin. Both our boys on mediums to start. Can Albon secure 14th? He's sending it up the inside of turn 2. They're almost locking wheels there, but it is the V-carb that gets the job done. Superior traction with the soft compound tyre, and we are as you were for the first sector. We are 13th and 15th. Let's see if we can move forward. And move forward we are. Alex Albon with DRS dive booming up the inside of Liam Lawson, and that was a lovely overtake from the Thai driver. That moves us to 13th and 14th. Behrman is now under pressure from his teammate, but he does have DRS as he chases Valtteri Bottas. Can we find a way around the Sauber? No, we cannot. That isn't quite what we wanted, but the Sauber doesn't have DRS anymore. And here comes Oliver Behrman. He's forced off track. Ref! Ref! Can I have a penalty, please? And we've just lost 2 positions. Behrman's getting shuffled back. Can he send it on Lawson and regain the place? He cannot. But Albon has swept through for 12th place. Let's have a look at this overtake. We might have just caught it while on board with Ollie B, but that is a lovely move by Albon, and he's gone from 15th to 12th in no time at all. Now we need to try and catch Stroll, and we are zooming up to the back of Lance Stroll, who's got absolutely no pace whatsoever, and we could yet find ourselves in the top 10 pretty soon. Here's Albon with DRS. Can we catch the Aston? Not quite yet, but it looks like it won't be long. What I should just explain is, while I was in the editor, as Behrman overtakes Bottas, he's finally got past the fin. Here we go. Bottas, who had him off the road earlier on, is now in our rear view mirrors. Oliver Behrman up into 14th position. Life is good for the young Briton. But anyway, as I was saying, I went into the editor and removed Sargent and Ricciardo, but while I was there I nerfed Sergio Perez, which is why he is 8th and rubbish. I also just made the car performance a little bit closer to sort of mimic what it was like for much of 2024. So Red Bull stayed as they were, but I've just moved McLaren slightly closer, Ferrari slightly closer, Mercedes are now a clear 4th fastest, Aston Martin are kind of on their own. It's our job to catch Aston Martin and then surpass them. Alonso obviously doing pretty well for them. He's just lost a position to Perez, though, who's clearly not as washed as we thought he was. Behrman is chasing Lawson. Albon is trying to pass Stroll. So, yeah, Williams looking racy right now. This is good. Okay, it looks like this is the moment, surely, for Alex Albon to pass Lance Stroll. Let's jump on board with our leading man. And through goes Albon, 11th place. Come on. This strategy is such a good one for Bahrain. It really, really does work. Pretty much whichever driver and team you use, you will go forwards with this strategy unless they're making mistakes and god-awful drivers. So, yeah, it works really well. Now, Alonso has dropped back to 10th. He's our next target. Can we catch the double world champion who's fighting with Yuki Tsunoda and then start having an assault on the points? Well, Lance Stroll had got back in front of us, as you can see, but that's no longer the case because he's run out of talent and... well, yeah, you did run out of talent there, Lance. You spun the car and you've cost us time. We're now 3 seconds adrift of Tsunoda. So, yeah, 11th and 14th so far. This is looking quite good for us. Behrman is now chasing Lance Stroll. Didn't think we'd be saying that today. As Stroll goes back up the inside of Lawson. Can we sneak past the V-carb? We're very slow on picking up the throttle, but yeah, we'll sit in for now. It's fine. In fact, it was Ocon and Bottas, not the two Saubers, but no penalties given. So the FIA and Behrman with the lunge. Oh, come on. That was a fantastic move. We need a catchphrase for Ollie Behrman when he makes an overtake, and it needs to be bear related. Something like grizzly bear or the bear paw or something like that. Let me know in the comments the catchphrase for Oliver Behrman's overtakes. We're into the points. We're riding on the front wing of Alex Albon. Tsunoda's gone off the track. He's over there. He's behind us. He's passed. We've passed him. Come on. We are into the points. It's time for Oliver Behrman's first Formula One pit stop with Williams. He comes into the pit lane followed by Nico Hülkenberg. He greets the mechanics. 2.6 second stop. We can definitely speed those up. And we are out in front of the Haas. But we are just going to beat K-Mag out and retain 15th. So, yeah, Behrman's had a solid, if not spectacular... Well, he has had a fairly spectacular start to his campaign, hasn't he? Let's get these tyres up to temperature and deploy some battery. Magnussen's obviously on softs. He's going to be quick, so we don't want to lose too much time to him. But we also don't... Well, we probably will find ourselves behind him at some point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Albon is now 7th, fending off Piastri. Unsuccessfully, I might add. But, yeah, this strategy is coming together quite nicely. Oh. It's not coming together quite as nicely. He's not dropped that much time. What's happened? Everything's looking fine. DRS is open. I think it's just a little one. You tell me, what happened there? Right, I'm making a decision to change Albon's strategy. We've got 2 brand new sets of softs, so we're going to use them. The lockup, even though nothing really happened on screen, it's dented our tyre wear. And we're just so slow at the moment. We've just lost 4 seconds to Alonso, who's on fresher softs. So let's bring Albon to the pit lane, and we'll just go really hard on a set of on 2 sets of soft tyres to the finish. So soft tyres twice, please. Can we go aggressive on a set? Well, yeah, probably wouldn't want to, but we can if we need to in that final stint to just be particularly rapid. Behrman is still fighting with the Haas drivers. 2.9 second stop for Albon, really slow. We need to work on the pit stops. That's a definite thing to put on the to-do list. So 16th and now 15th. Things could definitely be better. That's Alex Albon passing Liam Lawson as he works his way back up the order. We are on lap 33. We've got plenty of tyre still available to us. Let's go aggressive. We're probably going to lose this position with DRS to the V-carb, but it's coming together nicely. Behrman is going along very happily. Probably go aggressive on his tyres actually, use a bit more of them. We do lose the position to the V-car because we were harvesting the battery, but that is all okay. We do have 11 seconds to catch Stroll, but he's probably going to stop before us, so we could still pinch Stroll, maybe even a point here if things really go awry for some other drivers. Behrman just wanting to finish the race, to be honest, and don't smash up the car. Obviously, in real life, we saw Williams repeatedly having to rebuild their car in the final few races of the season because both drivers kept hurling it at the barriers. Not advised and not wanted on this game. Alex Albon's in for his second stop of the evening. It's another 2.9 second time in the pit box for him, and he re-emerges in 12th place, just ahead of his teammate, in fact. Behrman, who stopped a couple of laps ago, has done a really solid job there, up into 13th place. He's 7.5 seconds clear of Hulkenberg. I don't know whether Hulk and Lawson might catch us, but that is quite the gap to close considering we're in fairly equal machinery. We are the 8th fastest car on the grid. We've got nearly 20 seconds to close down Stroll and a little bit more to catch Tsunoda. So we might be looking at 12th and 13th here for Williams. We do need to make sure we finish the race with the fuel picture, but if we can catch maybe one of those guys, that would be amazing. But we've got to finish the race. So at the moment, all going fine. The pack has strung out a little bit, so I think it's just time for Behrman to follow his teammate home. Let's tell him not to fight his teammate. Just hang back, let Alex go, and then we will bring the cars home in one piece. Right, what a very important thing that's about to happen, which will alleviate a lot of our fuel issues, is that Lando Norris, the race leader, by 7 seconds, is about to lap us, which means we have to do one less lap in this race, meaning we don't need quite as much fuel to complete it, and Ollie gets out of Lando's way. That's fine, and we actually get DRS because of it, so there you go. We'll let you through, Lando, if we can have DRS. You know, it's one of those offer swap memes, isn't it? So yes, that's worked out well for us. We'll just follow the race leader and pretend we're in P2. We'll pretend we're second and chasing Lando Norris for the victory. We hope to be doing exactly that this time next season, or even before the end of this season if we really develop the car well. So DRS in action again for Ollie Behrman. Lovely stuff. Albon's in a better position on his fuel, but we should be all right. He's closing Tsunoda down a little bit, but it's nowhere near quickly enough to take 11th place. So we're probably just going to finish 12th and 13th. Lawson is, only 2.5 seconds behind, but we've got DRS off of Norris. Well, we did. So yeah, I think Behrman should be all right. Let's pick up his pace, and I'm sure we'll be able to fend off Lawson. Although, if we need to, we will do everything we can to achieve that. Right, we might be under threat for this 13th position. Liam Lawson does have DRS now because he is within a second of us, but he's got Charles Leclerc to let through. Is he going to do it on this straight? No, he's going to close right up, and then he's going to have to lose a load of ground, giving up the spot, unless his plan must be to pass us, then give up the spot to Leclerc, but he hasn't been able to do that. He will get DRS off of the Ferrari, but he's lost 2 seconds, so we will now lose some time as well, letting the Scarlet car through. And it's as you were. Lawson now right on our gearbox. This is quite concerning. I don't like this. I really don't like this. I don't want Lawson to come past. I know his name's Liam Lawson, but we're not going to get out of his way. Let's make sure we keep this position. No, we've lost it. Lawson has overtaken us, but if we just sit here, we can have the DRS for the final lap. So we are on lap 54. When on our lap 56, we can try and take that position back. So we can actually go balanced on our fuel, so we keep up the pace a little bit more. Let's see, we'll have DRS this time around. Let's also top up the battery, so we've got plenty of battery for lap 56. Let's move forward another lap. Norris is about to begin his final lap. So what I'm going to do here, harvest the battery with Ollie Behrman. We'll have DRS to close in down the straight, and we're going to attack on the tyres. We're also going to now deploy all of the battery. And here we go. Can we find a way past Lawson? Yes, round the outside. A beautiful move from Ollie Behrman. Take that. Oh, it's still saying save fuel. That's annoying. Conserve the fuel. Are we going to run? We're not going to run out of fuel here, are we? We shouldn't do. We're a lap down. We really shouldn't run out of fuel. Let's just conserve with Albon to make sure. So Norris is the car ahead of us. He's going to win the race. Let's see. Does Albon make the line? Here comes Lando Norris. Let's see him across the line. He wins the season opener. Well done him. And Albon makes it. Here comes Lawson and Behrman. Behrman finishes in 13th. Yes, we just about did it.
I don't think I could have that much more.
No, you couldn't have, Alex. That was a lovely drive. And Ollie, well done to you on completing your first F1 race. Great job. He finished where he started, which was splendid. That's all I could have asked of him. And yeah, technically he did lose a place to Albon, but he gained a place by passing probably Lawson, or Bottas. So well done, both drivers. Great stuff. Well, it's McLaren who are on top at the start of the season. George Russell gets the fastest lap point for Mercedes, but he's beaten by Lewis Hamilton. Max Verstappen only third. Here's the two we're interested in though. Albon and Behrman a lap down, but 12th and 13th. So good job from there. That will also mean we are 7th in the constructors, so we're ahead of Sauber, Alpine and Haas. We are level on with RB, level on points with RB. Obviously they have an 11th place, and those P11s could be critical because in a season where we probably won't score a huge amount of points, we need to make sure we're finishing as close to the points as often as possible as we can. So well done to both drivers. Let's head back to base, and then we'll prepare for the next round, which will be the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. I'll probably play a couple of races off camera, so what we'll do is come back for the first sprint weekend in China. So yeah, I'll sort of recap what happens in Jeddah, Melbourne and Suzuka, and then we'll head to Shanghai for the Chinese Grand Prix and a sprint weekend. So yeah, that was a great start to the season. Well done to both drivers once again. So that's the start of our journey with Williams, with no CFD and no wind tunnel. 12th and 13th achieved in Bahrain, but we have our eyes set much higher and we're targeting championships and race victories in the future. If you enjoyed this video, leave a nice big thumbs up on it and subscribe for more F1 Manager and F1 related content in the future. And I'll see you for the next episode. You're the best, fans. It's bye for now.